Okay.
Oh my God, press it!
Wait, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold on.
No,
Oh, it's too late? Okay.
strap the chair. You ever seen Clockwork Orange? Somebody out there get that reference. Hello! Welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. My name is Hayden. With me I have Tam.
Hi, Tam.
And Mitch.
Hello.
Poops McGee.
All right. Massive ego. And Susan.
Yeah. Shut up. This week's special is about, we went a little bit of a throwback because we were kind of mulling some things over and decided to do a top 10 list. We haven't done one of these in over a year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So I have a very personal reason to find a fascination with low-budget movies. And
He's got his action figures out in the yard with his camera.
That's
on
right.
his phone.
And so this week I wanted to talk about low-budget movies, and what better way to do that than with the top 10 best low-budget movies ever made, thus decided by Entertain This, a podcast about movies.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Before we get started, Mitch,
Hello.
how do people talk to us?
How do people talk to us?
Uh-huh.
English,
Well,
preferably.
The English, they use their mouth, they have fun. No, you can go to entertainthispodcast.com, which will take you to Entertain This group and page on Facebook. It'll also take you to our YouTube, which is Entertain This, ! It'll take you to our Twitter, which is @ThisEntertain, and other stuff.
Yep. So we used a website called, what was the name of that website that I sent you guys?
I don't know. I disregarded that and just went and found stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, there's most of the things on there I'd never seen.
I think it was Den of Geeks.
Den of Geeks, yeah. And so, okay, low budget. I consider low budget to be around $1 million, all right? $1 million or less. Everybody kind of has their own interpretation. I think whatever, I think it's the Producers Guild of America, low budget is decided by a certain amount of million. I want to say it's $1 million. I really do. But everybody has like their own interpretation. Some people say less than $6 million.
Yeah, there were movies on there that were like $8 million.
Yeah.
budgets.
And I'm like, that's not low budget. I could make a pretty awesome movie for $8 million. But anyways, so
Well, we went with 2, right?
we went with $2 million just to kind of split the difference, I guess. And obviously, what we thought were good movies were things to take into factor. And but I think that the deciding for ties based off of like our number scores. So like if Mitch said Paranormal Activity was his number 1 movie, he would get 10 points towards Paranormal Activity. And if I said it was my second favorite movie, it would be a total of 19 points. And then if Tom's he said it was his 10th favorite point, it would be at 20.
So there is science behind this.
There is. There's a numbers game that makes it work. But if there's a tie between 2 movies, I would go based off of how much gross income it made to date. So,
Okay.
like for instance, Rocky. Rocky made like over $1 billion if you consider the when did Rocky come out?
1975.
1976. When it compared to the money that it made, which was roughly around $225 million. In 1976, upscaled to today, would be $1.14 billion. So there you go. That's what I based off for the ties. And, yeah. And I personally took that into consideration for what made it a good movie as well.
That's what I did too. Depending on how much they spent as opposed to what they made.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's why some of my movies I like a little more, a little lower, just because they didn't make quite as much.
right. Yeah. I mean, these aren't necessarily my most favorite movies that are on the list, but it makes sense that they're on the list. So let's start with number 10. What do you guys think number 10 would be? What's a solid number 10 based off of your lists?
I put Mad Max.
Okay.
I think I put Mad Max way higher.
You did. I actually have your lists right
I think
here.
I have it too.
I just put Mad Max because it was really slow and wasn't necessarily my favorite kind of movie.
Open
original.
Water.
My number 10 was Super Size Me. So, yeah, you put Open Water. I never liked Open Water. I thought that was a dumb movie.
I didn't like that or Super Size Me. I didn't even add them.
I liked Super Size Me.
Super Size Me makes me hungry.
Could you be that guy that eats McDonald's for a month and not die?
Yeah.
So, our number 10 combined was Napoleon Dynamite.
which is dumb because that's like my number 2.
It's
Yeah.
not even on my list.
Napoleon Dynamite is not on my list either.
It's a great movie.
No, wait, is it on my list?
It has to be on one of yours because it's my number 3.
It's not on my list.
It's not on mine either.
So,
Somehow you already messed up the system.
yeah, Tom, you got it because it was number 3 on your list. So I got a total of, was it number 3? I got it down
Yeah.
for 9 points. I don't know what I did. Maybe I did my math wrong.
That's probably true. Anyway, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. So Napoleon Dynamite was made for $400K, and it grossed $46.1 million in 2004. Upscaled to today's money would be $70.5 million. So not bad.
It's just not my kind of humor. Like, there's parts that are funny, but then it's just like,
I love that movie.
Everybody was quoting that movie for like it got
A
old.
year.
No, for a decade.
it was old real quick.
Yeah, it got old pretty quick. You know, Tina, you fat
My-
lard. I just
Dad hated
that
movie.
Is that
when
why
he
you
came-
liked it so much?
I like that.
No,
movie.
me and my brother thought it was hilarious. We loved it. And then we made my parents watch it. My mom was like, it's all right. And my dad's like, this is the dumbest movie ever made. I can't believe you made me watch it.
Your dad's a
And
good
then-
man, good people.
And then a couple weeks later, it was on, and he watched it again. And it clicked.
Yeah.
Like, he got it.
I take
Oh,
that
he
back.
did.
And he just goes like, all right, no, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
He still loses it every time Uncle Rico pegs him with the stake off the bike.
I'll watch it about every 5 years, and there'll be something in there that makes me giggle for the first time, like the whole time crystals mail-in BS thing that they do.
Turn it off, kid. Turn it off.
So stupid.
I want to watch it now.
Or,
How much you want to bet I can throw a football over those mountains?
the best part, though, the thing that makes me laugh every time is when Kip is trying to sell Tupperware. He drives his car over it, and it just crashes. Like
He just, oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
He just drives by and leaves
That
it.
was funny. Yeah. It won't break. Watch.
Oh.
You think I got where I am because I dress like Peter Pan here? Forget about it.
That's a good one. All right, number 9, and this was solely Tom putting it at number 1 on the list, was Bronson.
That's a great movie.
2000.
Tom Hardy. I haven't seen that one.
I didn't like it. It was weird.
Oh, yeah?
It was very strange.
It's very strange. It is weird.
Thomas
they
heavily influenced this list.
yeah.
they put a lot of effort into portraying Bronson, or Michael Peterson is his real name, or his original name.
I barely remember it. Was he like a serial killer?
No, he never killed a single person.
Okay, but
He's still incarcerated.
they thought he was a killer.
No.
What was he incarcerated for?
He got arrested for like robbery and
Okay.
something in like 1974, and he's supposed to do 7 years. He ended up doing like 9
Why?
because of the crap he did in prison.
Okay.
He would fight guards. I think he's started like 12 hostage situations. Like
You got 2 extra years. That's it.
like he would take someone hostage, grease himself up in like petroleum jelly or butter,
yeah.
and get buck naked.
Yeah. I
And
remember
when
that.
he would get tired like of just the whole deal, he would just go, all right, let him in.
Yeah.
And the guards would come in and he'd fight all of them at once and just see how many of them he could take.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that was a 2008 film. It was made for $230,000.
Mm-hmm.
It made $2.3 million. For today, it would be 3.1.
I don't think it was like a huge theatrical release thing. It was like a limited.
I think like that was the beginning of where
Streaming.
failed movies started to pick up on streaming. You know,
Mhm.
it's kind of
I saw it on Netflix.
yeah. I think it's like one of those like because like Family Guy was resurrected in the DVD era, and this is one of the first ones that probably get resurrected in the streaming one. So there you go, number 9. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8 was Friday the 13th. It was in 1980 when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Made for $550,000 and grossed in the box office $59.8 million. Today, that would be $209.8 million.
A movie about a bunch of teenagers boinking and a serial killer mom stabbing them with a machete.
I should
But
have
it
done
made
that.
a whole franchise out
I
of it.
did.
Eventually going to space.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. That's
Into
cool.
Dream World, fighting Freddy.
Oh, God.
I think I saw this movie for the first time like maybe 7 years ago, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like the first one.
I remember that was like a trivia question at this bar I used to go to in college, and it was like, who was the main antagonist of Friday the 13th, the first movie? And
Right.
I was
Yeah.
like the only one who wrote
And,
Jason's mom,
What is it? It's what's her name?
Mrs. Voorhees or something.
Mrs. Voorhees. Yeah. What's her first?
I don't
name?
remember what her first name was.
Barbara.
Bob, I'm coming to get you, Barbara.
Number 7, Reservoir Dogs.
Great movie.
1992. It was made for $1.2 million. Some sources say $3 million, but because I like this movie so much, I put it for 1.2.
I know it made my list.
It didn't make mine.
How much do you think that it made in the box office? Time
20 million.
2.4 million.
Yeah, it didn't make much.
Didn't make much.
At the time it came out.
Yeah, it was a cult following blockbuster, TV rental kind of movie. 5.9 million for today's standards. So
That is a great movie, though.
it is a great movie. It was Tarantino's first movie, obviously, and he named it Reservoir Dog because some French guy said that it reminded him of some French film that sounded like Reservoir Dog. And I can't remember the name of the.
And he just thought, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so there's no purpose to the title besides the fact that it just sounds cool.
I mean, great cast.
It's a great cast. He was working at a movie rental store, Tarantino was, when he was writing the script for it. And I think he had done some like script treatments for people here and there and cleaned up some doctoring, some scripts for other stuff before he made this movie. But this was his first like big boy movie. And it's like perfect low budget. These are what we should really be talking about. Like that movie has perfect low budget qualities to it because it's like got, 3 locations maybe? You know, the diner, the warehouse.
I've only seen it like once.
You know,
Like the street.
yeah. And it's just characters with really crazy, interesting dialogue carrying that movie, you know. And it's not a short movie. I think it's 100 and
I think it's about 2 hours.
I read the script last year. And I think it's like 160 pages. So, but yeah. And if you ever read the script, it's so weird to read the script compared to what you know from the movie, just to see the dialogue pop out like that. So, but yeah. Number 6, Mad Max,
Great movie.
1979. I thought that this was earlier than that. I didn't realize it was that close to the 80s.
Mad Max is a movie where the first 20 minutes and the last 20 minutes are amazing. A lot of the middle stuff is just kind of like,
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it, but you kind of put it on there because it was like one of Mel Gibson's first movies.
Yeah.
And
I think it was his second movie.
Was
yeah,
this
yeah, it's one of the. I knew it was one of the early ones.
was this the first movie that's in all of our lists?
I think so. This movie, actually, they dubbed it when it was released
Let's see. I put it at number 7.
because they didn't think Americans would understand Australian accents.
You put it at 5, Tom,
At
and
10.
you put it at 10. Yeah, it's the first movie that made all of our lists.
It's low budget. The director sacrificed his own car
Yeah.
to be
I
destroyed.
remember
George Miller. Yeah, and honestly, George Miller is like probably the best living action director today. I would say that man could. He can direct an action sequence.
I mean, that whole opening car chase is
Yeah.
amazing. It's the best car chase on in a movie.
He's got everything so
It's
well
better
done.
than Bullet. It's better than The French Connection. It's better than Ronin.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I do like Fury Road the best though out of a whole Mad Max franchise.
Fury Road is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's probably the best. Yeah.
all it is just a giant car chase. It's like a 2-hour-long car chase.
Got
It's
a big
great.
18-wheeler driving with a guy playing the
It's
guitar with a bunch of
and-
speakers and fire.
And epically shot.
Yeah, it is an awesome movie. So $400,000 to make Mad Max in 1979, and it made $100 million in box office, 398.2 for today's money.
I knew I had to include it with it being one of Mel Gibson's early roles, so it kind of helped push his career further.
Yeah, when I researched this, I was like, I thought this movie was in the 60s, but I guess not. I don't know why I thought it was that old. So I guess it looks like it's that old because they had crappy camera equipment.
Well, it's supposed to be like that dystopian
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
feel.
but it is a really good movie, and like you can kind of tell the things that they do to save on budget that really works for it because it is a dystopian feeling movie. So they have really crappy, POS cars that they buy for like $200 or $300 here and there, and they just wreck the crap out of them.
They shot that scene last.
Yeah.
And
So-
like they wrecked everything. Like there's a scene where like one of them wrecks and he manages to get the car going. Like they're like George's like, we're filming it. And it's like, see if you just get it to start. And he's like, trying to like get it back. And the car actually starts and was like, no, we're doing a new sequence. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like
still got
we're
life.
wrecking it again.
Yeah. So it's good. And, George Miller, if you ever talk about how he got into filmmaking, it's a pretty fascinating story. There was a film school across country from where he lived in Australia. And he just rode his bike for like 3 days, sleeping out in the wilderness on his way to the film school. And he showed up really dirty. and like they had already closed the entry to the film school thing. And he was like, they saw how dirty and how far he came, and they just allowed him to admit. And then he did like a short film and ended up winning all these awards, and that was his path to glory. So, yeah, fascinating stuff for Mad Max. That's one of those legendary movies that you read all this trivia about. Number 5, Night of the Living Dead, 1968.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is low budget, beyond low budget.
$125,000.
It felt like it.
I mean, the entirety of the Lord of the Rings coffee budget was like $400,000. I'm not even kidding.
Those hobbits drink a lot of coffee.
So, but it made $30 million in 1968, which would translate to $349.2 million.
I just like it because, I mean, it's the quintessential zombie movie that sparked all this other stuff.
Yeah, and
Like, as far as modern day zombies.
one thing we need to talk about is like what low budget could get away with in like the 60s compared to what you can get away with today. Because like they were totally violating human rights and stuff like that with some of the stuff they were doing. You know, like the action sequences. Night of the Living Dead was banned in Georgia because it was the first time in film history where a black man struck a white girl.
Yeah.
And I think he actually slapped the crap out of her for that movie. You know,
She deserved it. She was annoying.
Dumb Barbara.
So, and then you see them like eating like grizzle
Yeah.
intestines and stuff like that, and you're looking at it and you're like,
Nudity. That's one of the naked zombies that walk through the shadows.
yeah. But you're looking at that and you're like, you know, I can tell that. I mean, obviously it's not human parts, but like, what are those? Like,
Where'd you get that?
is it like pig intestines that they just paid some homeless guy to chew on camera or
But I
something?
mean,
Well, a
you're
lot of,
making
like,
it
what
black
they
and white.
do-
It's-
Like with the zombie stuff, like the effects, it's like sausage casing
Yeah.
for the intestines that they just pack with like food.
Oh.
Like I don't know, like a lot of what they put in. I think they put like some stuff like a pudding or whatever that kind of looks like blood when it like.
Yeah, I
comes
mean,
out.
you could put like gelatin and stuff in there, like just different things.
I don't know if I could do that. How much money would it take for you just to eat like sausage casing?
I mean, if I'm making a movie, sure,
all right. Well,
take a bite out of it.
there's some
I
parts.
mean, not
too.
for free, but
Yeah.
There's some parts where you see like some lady like eating a chicken wing, and you're like, that's totally a chicken wing.
That you got that at KFC. You're not fooling anybody.
Yeah. So, but that's definitely a very. I mean, for today, it looks like an old.
and you're talking about
classic.
low budget with like the Reservoir Dogs had the scenes. There's the graveyard and then there's the house.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true. That is true. And the first zombie is not even a zombie. It's just some like goofy looking dude. Like,
Yeah.
looks weird.
Yeah.
Stumbling through the.
So it happens when you smoke weed, kids.
They wreck one car and they have 2 locations.
Pretty much.
Keeping it simple.
Doesn't that dude die in the beginning? The one that's with Barbara.
Yeah, that's her brother.
How does he die? I forget.
He falls and hits his head on one of the tombstones.
Oh, that's right. It was a stupid. One of those. Oh, I tripped and died.
Like what, $1 Million Baby?
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty much. He hits and he's like, ah.
Ah, I'm dead.
Hit it perfectly.
Number 4, Paranormal Activity. I mean, you can't deny.
It's not one of the best movies, but it made a lot of money.
This should be on everybody's list, and I don't think it's on your list, Tom, because you're dumb.
You're dumb.
All right, yeah, it's definitely not on Tom's list.
It was 6 on mine.
It was 6 on Mitch's. It's 2 on mine. 2007 movie, $15,000 to make. Now that's before post production because
Yeah, I think it went up to 28,000 afterwards.
well, yeah, because it's about buying at that point. So
Yeah.
the movie was ready to be watched at $15,000, but like then the distribution factor kicks in. That's what cranks it up to $280,000 or whatever. But $193.4 million in 2007, which is about $270 million for today. So
Jump scare the movie.
pretty much, I mean,
All one location.
like that movie is all about.
Practical effects.
There's hardly any effects at all.
It's just how can I move?
Well, it's about
items.
making the
How do I make a door open? How do I make this person
Well,
like the covers move? How do
a
I
lot of it-
drag this person?
is making the audience scare
Think.
themselves.
Yeah.
By like anticipating something to happen.
Yeah, like you'll see something kind of blur and move in the distance, and you're looking for it. And then honestly, 90% of the movie, it's just you looking for something that's not there.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, I'm waiting for this like crazy scary monster to jump out, and
But it keeps you on edge.
it does keep you
Yeah.
on edge. You know, they do like it was one of the first movies that did the whole like speeding up the night dreaming or the sleeping sequence, and you could see them flopping around the bed, and then she would stand up and watch them sleep for like you know 3 or 4 hours and stuff like that. Yeah, and that was creepy, you know. So it did a probably one of the best, if not the best, ways of stretching out a no budget into making a movie feature length, which is insanely hard to do, and making it interesting all the way to the end. You know,
And not to say it was one of the best, but it was one of the earlier found footage that was successful. Besides, the obvious one later. But.
Yeah. That being said too is also the beginning of Blumhouse. You know.
Yeah.
And Blumhouse, I think, has always tried to make their niche be low budget horror movies that are good. But then there's like 18 Paranormal Activities, and
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
They've gotten to where there's like a whole cult of people in this movie that's like summoning this demon and all this other stuff, and it's gotten overboard.
I can't think of anything Blumhouse related that I'm super excited about for today.
I know I watched the most recent Paranormal Activity, and they were like underground at this old village in these caves because they had this like demon thing living underneath this old like
cave,
cursed church.
Was it found footage still?
Yeah, it was still like somebody carrying it around or filming with their phone or something like that.
Yeah, and see,
I'm so startled.
I mean, found footage is old now. It's just it's exhausting.
It's annoying now.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, number 3. Speaking of found footage, Blair Witch Project, 1999, the year of our Lord, the best year of Hollywood that ever existed. $500,000 in 1999 to make this movie. And it
Really?
ended up grossing $248.6 million, 431.4 for today. That's a lot of money.
There's a lot of hype for that movie too.
There's people just wandering around in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, found footage wasn't
A thing, really.
well. It wasn't the first found footage movie ever made, but it was definitely like one of. I mean, honestly, you could kind of say.
I think it was one of the first like heavily like theatrically released ones.
Yeah, it was the
That
biggest.
was like successful.
Yeah, it was the most groundbreaking one.
And there wasn't a whole lot, because it was early internet, so there wasn't a whole lot of like people were thinking, oh, was this actually real? Was this actually?
I remember because I was like in middle school when it came out, and everybody was like, that's real. Those people actually died and stuff. And
They found the footage that made the movie.
That's right. and that's another
Those
movie.
people, they're dead.
It is one of those movies too. It's the same as Paranormal Activity, where like nothing happens in that movie.
No, it's just a lot of walking, talking,
you hear
screaming.
hear stuff in the dark, and that's it.
Yeah, because like honestly, I think the creepiest part is the very end.
Yeah,
where you see somebody staring at a corner, and then like the scream happens, and the camera just flops to the side.
Yeah, but you never see what happened to
Yeah,
them.
exactly. I remember the one part where they're in the woods and they're running, and
But they're basically telling this ghost story the entire time.
kind of, and then you hear like one of the people in their little party gets taken off, and you hear him screaming off in the distance, and like that was creepy, legitimately creepy. They find like I think a heart and like a bundle of sticks.
Yeah, some like dead animal or something.
I thought it was a human heart that they found in it. I don't know, but it was. If you were to watch it today after seeing all these found footage movies, you'd probably be like, "This is boring and dumb." But for '99,
this was it.
That was groundbreaking.
that was this thing, back in the day. So and then, the money doesn't lie either. They've made sequels of this too, haven't they?
I think they have, yeah.
I know they made a video game. They really did, like
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, they did.
And I was like, why would you do that?
You got to go and find clues and stuff.
So dumb. Who cares? So, that's number 3. Number 2, Rocky, 1976.
Yours run.
I already talked about this one, but it spent $960K, and it made $225 million. Which isn't it crazy to think that $225 million? I had to like check this 3 or 4 times. $225 million in 1976 was $1.14 billion for today.
Yeah. The movie was huge when it came out.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, inflation has gone insane in like 50 years.
Yeah.
So
You just be able to work
Just
a
look at the
minimum
last-
wage job. You get have 2 cars, a house, put your kids through
I
school.
know.
Well, you didn't hear about $1 billion movies until like 2012.
Yeah, the first one was Avatar, right? To make $1 billion.
Oh, well, then, yeah, that's a little earlier than that. That's
So.
2004. But still, that's not that long ago. Well, it's a little while ago, but it's not that long ago.
Yeah, because
Doesn't
I
feel like it.
don't think Titanic made $1 billion
I thought
I think it has to date at this point.
I know
but
it
not,
has to date.
Not in theaters.
in theaters
Yeah.
for the block.
It's all right. They'll just re-release it in theaters. Your wife will drag you,
Probably.
and then you'll just be sitting there going, "There's plenty of room on that freaking door."
So why is Rocky worth $1.14 billion?
Because Stallone, he made this is his story.
He didn't even win.
No, but I mean, it's
He
like,
went the distance.
I don't know why. I can't say why it's worth this, but it's a feel good story. Even though he didn't win in the movie, he overcame the odds. He still made it to the top spot.
And it was by decision,
Yeah.
not by knockout.
It was based off of a real dude, right?
Yeah,
But Stallone denied that it was at one point.
yeah. And there was I think a lawsuit.
Yeah, big lawsuit. And then I don't know if he ever paid out.
I don't know.
I heard that the guy won or they agreed to settle. And I don't know if Stallone ever paid out. And I think the guy ended up dying without his money.
Yeah, I think he did.
So
But I think I think he fought Muhammad Ali.
did he?
I mean, Muhammad Ali was beating the crap out
The
of him.
Italian Stallion, right? That
Yeah.
was his name, right?
I think that's for the movie.
Wasn't he called the Italian Stallion in real life?
Yeah, that was for the movie. I don't think that was in real life.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to look and see from what I had read about it.
I made it my number one just because it's the start of Stallone's career.
Yeah.
The story about how he got it made.
Didn't he
Had to sell his turtle and
He had to
dog.
sell his dog. And
Didn't he do porn at one point, Stallone?
Yeah.
Because he was like so poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it straight porn or was it gay porn?
I don't know. I've heard.
I
I just
haven't
know he
asked
did
him.
it.
next time you see him, Tom.
when I'm hanging out with Sly.
Rocky.
Hey, yo, what's up, buddy?
But you said, yeah, you were saying, what about his dog, Mitch?
Well, like he had sold his dog and his turtles just to get to be able to write the script and give it to somebody.
Yeah, he had to afford to eat.
Yeah.
And he ended up buying his dog back for like 1,000% of what he sold it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's like, "Oh, you're a big shot now,
Yeah,
huh?
so-
$10,000 for the dog." But that's his dog in the movie.
Yeah.
Stallone's actual dog and his actual turtles. The turtles are still alive.
Yeah, they still have them.
He still has them.
That's funny. They're probably going to outlive him. I mean, he's basically just like, been gay and raps. That's all Stallone
But
is.
he's still got Expendables 4 coming out.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, that's basically Fast and Furious.
Escape from the retirement home.
They're going to go to space, and I'm going to be done with it. So, yeah. All right. Let's move on to numero uno. What do you guys think it is?
Halloween.
Halloween.
It is Halloween. And that is number...
I'd look at my
give you that.
list.
As far as horror goes and low budget, that I think is the king.
You put
of
that at
movies.
number 2 on your list, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I put that at number 1 on my list.
It was 3 on mine.
Number 3 on Mitch's list. Yeah, Halloween dominated our list at number. It had a total of 27 points.
It's one of the best movies ever made.
I think Rocky was number 2 for 17.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just got 10 points more.
They filmed it in under a month.
Let's talk about the figures. So $325,000 for Halloween in 1978. It made $70 million in theaters,
Mm-hmm.
which would be $310.3 million for today's standards. So, yeah, I mean, it essentially created the slasher film. You could argue that some precursor fastest to found footage film because you see the POV of Michael Myers as he's walking around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of shaky cam. It was one of the first films that used steady cam rigs.
Mm-hmm.
You
For the
know,
most part, really started Jamie Lee Curtis's career.
it did.
Yeah.
So,
Donald Pleasance had like a resurgence.
yeah, and honestly, it of all these lists, like there are movies that made great money in their time, but they don't stand up to the test of time.
Halloween still stands up to the test.
Halloween
of
will
time. It's
always be
still
around. Yeah.
scary in 2022 as it was in 1978.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and they do I mean, like, look at how much money they put into the
The new
costume
ones.
of Michael Myers, for the 1978 film.
It was a Kirk mask
It's
that
a-
they
yeah.
bleached and messed up the hair.
Yeah, they cut the eyes out
and
and
took the eyebrows. And
Yeah.
like, they did very little to it,
It's-
and it was the most unsettling
it was
looking thing.
Why? Why is that a thing? Just some dude in a
Well, it was either
jumpsuit.
that or a clown mask.
Well,
Yeah.
because you never see what he looks like. So he could be anybody.
No, you do.
But
Well, you never officially. Like, you see, like, a glimpse.
No, he takes it off. Like
Yeah.
you see his face in the first one.
Yeah,
I only-
you do.
I
That
only-
was an actor. He was hired to play him.
Yeah, but I only remember you like when they're fighting, you see it come up, and then he immediately pulls it right back down.
Right, but you see his face though.
Not good enough to. Could you identify him in a lineup if you were in the middle of fighting him?
I can kind of still see his face right now.
Yeah, I can picture it right now.
So-
Okay.
The dude who plays him like physically, he was like a grip on set,
yeah.
but
He's a
he was like
giant dude.
6'5", and they were just like, "Put this on, walk," and he just walked. They're just like, "You're hired.
Right.
I'm already working here. Well, you're hired to do that too."
He had the thing for it, and John Carpenter, he did everything in this movie.
He even wrote the
The score,
score for it.
he did the music, he did the
music-
script, or did he split the script up with somebody? I can't remember.
I think he did the script too.
And
I think he
directed-
did like damn near everything.
Yeah, and it's funny because like they made this movie for nothing, and some dude who's not a producer, I think he was just some rich guy, was like, "Yeah, I'll pay for the movie," and because all these production houses didn't want anything to do with it, that was a dumb idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then that next thing you know, they have like a local release in New York, and it's like lines wrapped around the theater waiting to go see this movie because it was like a slow burn. It came out, word of mouth carried the movie to get the theater packed
Mm-hmm.
because it didn't even come out on time with Halloween, I don't think, right?
I think it came out a little after.
Yeah, and but then it blossomed from that theater to a couple around it and a couple around it, and eventually distribution rights kicked in, and people started like offering buku money to buy it out and distribute it across America. And I think it was in theaters for like almost till Halloween the following year, so which is funny. But yeah, there's a documentary called "Movies That Made America" about Halloween, and that's a really fascinating one.
The documentary that comes with the DVD is actually
Yeah,
awesome because John Carpenter talks about it.
yeah,
He's like the guy's like, I gotta ask you about the music, and he's like, oh, he's like, you wonder how I came up with the tune? He's like, it's a drum progression like on bongos that you know just to get rhythm and timing down. And he's like, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I just started playing it on the keyboard, and I went,
Yeah, it works.
and he's like, I just faster and faster, higher. It's like, yeah, that'll do it.
So what's like from this list or any movie that you can think of that's pretty low budget? What's a thing that sticks out in your mind that it works really well and you can just tell that there's like hardly any money involved
How real it looks.
for what?
In the sense that like you watch a low budget film that's shot on like some location.
Well, give me a specific example.
Like let's say like Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
Like where they like go through town or stuff. Like it's a real place.
Right.
They're just filming there
Yeah.
with this story. But I look at it, I'm like, that is a real place. I could go there. I could drive down that road, and I'm like, this is where this is Idaho. This is where Napoleon Dynamite lives.
It was probably just like they look like a bunch of high school kids shooting a movie.
Yeah.
And all the extras are like the actual town people, just like
Yeah.
ugh.
Movie people
Yeah.
just watching him ride the bicycle and Kip on the roller skates with the rope behind them.
Yeah.
One, I mean, this didn't make the list, but one I was kind of surprised on was Insidious.
Mm-hmm.
They spent $1.5 million to make that movie, which
Yeah.
it's a modern movie, and
Mm-hmm.
there's some special effects and stuff in there that I thought would have made it cost a little more, but
What's a low budget part that sticks out in your mind that you're like you can tell that it took no money at all, but it just really helps sell the movie?
well, like when he's walking through the dream world, basically it's just a black room, and then these people they just shine a spotlight on these like ghosts that like start walking up to him. But I mean, I'll just have a empty room and just turn the lights off and shine your spotlight when you want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was creepy just because they're kind of like they're dead, but they're just kind of like wandering, and he's trying to avoid them.
Yeah. I liked Mad Max for a lot of examples, but primarily, I mean, you could have a 10-mile stretch of open road, and it's Australia. So, like, I don't even know if they had location, like, rights and licensing and stuff back then.
Just don't get in the way of traffic.
Just don't get in the way of traffic. I mean, but, Australia is, like, forever huge, so you could probably shoot a movie.
Before anybody noticed.
Exactly.
Nobody would notice.
So they was smart too, because like it's a road, so that's what you need for your story. You shoot your crazy sequences, and then you're like, okay, now that the story calls for them to be further down the road later on in the day, so you just go a mile up the road and do it again, and like that's the perfect location for a movie like that, and you could tell that the story was engineered with that mindset. It's they say in film school, you never write for budget. You always write with your crazy outlandish ideas, and you chip them away when you get your budget to make ends meet. But sometimes, like, you can kind of, you should know if you're a smart person, if you can understand logistics enough, you should know that when you're making a movie, and this is your first movie, and you're probably not going to get $1 million.
You're not going to get the Navy to turn an aircraft carrier around
Exactly.
because you want the sun to set at a certain point.
Exactly.
And the admiral's like, no, and you cut him a check, and he goes, all right, we'll turn it around.
You're talking about Top Gun. So, yeah, that's the polar opposite of what so, you know,
Or, hey, we want to film at Gettysburg.
yeah. So, you know, like, okay, I'm not going to get $1 million, so maybe I'm going to do a Cabin in the Woods kind of thing, like Evil Dead.
Yeah, that was on my list. It didn't get put on there.
Yeah. I do like Evil
I
Dead.
wanted to put Terminator, but that was like $4 million.
Yeah.
Really? I
yeah.
thought it would have been way more.
Oh,
than
yeah,
that.
it was cheap.
Yeah, it was on the list of one of those that was like include $8 million films.
I
But
bet you the robot itself was $1 million right there.
that was probably the most expensive part,
Yeah.
the animatronics and all that for it.
So,
And Arnold.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, not so much then.
I bet because, you know, like I said, you never write a script to an understanding of a budget. But I think the way that modern film is engineering and indie film is kind of surpassing. If you probably look at the gross box office intake of all the studio movies, which there's maybe 30, 40 a year, maybe more. Maybe let's say there's 100 a year of studio movies that come out. There's probably at least twice as much of indie films.
Oh yeah. Well, because a lot of those come out on streaming and stuff too
Yeah.
now.
So I think maybe not today, but maybe in 10 years or maybe 20 years, I think indie films will have more money on their side of the coin compared to studios. And I think people will be smart enough to know, how do I make a story that fits that budget? Like Deus Ex, I don't know how much that movie was, but it's a one location kind of thing, and it's very much an indie film, but it's sci-fi. Sci-fi and low budget don't go together
No.
until they do. You know,
Horror seems to work really good for low
horror,
budget.
horror and comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about your talent at that point. So.
Which is like the pinnacle of it would be Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, but what was that, like $6 million?
Yeah.
So, you know,
But not bad.
not bad, not bad at all. I mean, that was actually for $6 million. That movie carried itself very well because it had multiple locations, it had lots of special effects, it had great acting.
I mean, they shut down like several roads and stuff just to be able to do things. So
Yeah,
Funny.
funny. Yep. So it got the start of everybody's careers there. So
some pretty good special effects.
Did you see his head go? Yeah. There's a go in the god.
got right on you.
He starts winding the camera.
Oh, there you go. That's our top 10 list of best low-budget movies. So if you agree or disagree, get on Mitch's social media. Tell us what you think. Tell us what we're wrong, and we'll tell you why you're wrong. So
I would just like to say I'm kind of surprised that none of y'all put Saw or
I hate Saw.
the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I hate Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I don't like them either, but they like Rocky Horror made some good money.
Yeah.
So I would,
Yeah, I don't like it.
I just think that if you're going to use horror movies that made money, there's better movies than Saw out there.
Oh yeah, I mean I agree. I just surprised that they didn't make y'all's list at all.
Like Shaun of the Dead.
So James Wan did Saw, right? That's his baby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he did The Conjuring, all that stuff too.
So, well, there you go. Talk to us on social media, and if you have any ideas for future specials or discussion pieces, let us know. Either way, we'll see you next week. Goodbye from Mitch.
Bah!
Bye, Mitch.
Tom.
Bye, Tam.
Goodbye from me. Hey, goodbye.
You should just kept going. I just like this look. He's like, yeah.